no more to secure pieces to prepare for war. So be it. Settle the score. Touch me again with the words that you will hear evermore. Don't tread on me.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to the Underground Racing Network. I am your host, Jacob Keith, ready to rip down the house here tonight for the Front Row Esports Xfinity Series as they kick it off here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So before we get ready to head on in for qualifying, which they guys are already doing, we're going to head on over to check out the weather report for tonight's race as we get ready to rip, rock, and roll. 76 degrees Fahrenheit out with 54% humidity. It's cloudy with 6 miles an hour as a wind. We got the Xfinity Series here for the Front Row Esports here at Charlotte Motor Speedway with a mile and almost a half oval. That is Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're ready to tear down the house. Make sure you head on over to the Facebook page at facebook.com/Front Row Esports to keep up with all the Front Row Esports series and stuff, because they have all kinds of asphalt racing going on. Next gen, Xfinity, trucks, you name it, they got it. These guys are hammering out some qualifying laps, ladies and gentlemen. Then we'll get ready to rip, rock, and roll for tonight's 100-lapper here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Not much time now, ladies and gentlemen. Qualifying is just about over, as they are about 15 seconds till. And these guys are hammering out the laps. We'll wait till they start to grid up, and then we will pull up the grid for tonight's 100 lapper here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for tonight's Front Row Esports Xfinity Series. 15 drivers coming to show out tonight here, ladies and gentlemen. All for the fans. So as these guys finish out practice, looks like 16 drivers are going to end up making it because one ends up joining a little late. Nonetheless, we're going to have the man on the pole, Matthew Bell. Michael Muhammad going to start to the outside in the second position. Jared Matthew starting in that third spot in that number 7 machine. Look at that thing. That thing looks sweet. Back behind here, Jared, will be Sean Abbey in the 84 machine. And then there in that 41, we got Khalil Holmes. The 926 of Garrett Wiles going to start in the 7th spot with Alex Weaver in the 47 starting in the 7th position. 8th is going to be J.R. Schomburg there in the 96 machine with behind him the 31 of Fabrico. Sorry for messing that one up. Lamana going to be in the 9th position. Spencer Hinton in the 54 machine going to start in 10th with to his outside or inside will be Ronnie Morrison. Nicholas Lamb in the $97 General machine. Tyler Clemens it says he's going to be in the 38. There he is. And we got Andrew Schroeder in the 48 machine. Chase Pierce and Chad Stearns not gridding up so far. So far we got 14 drivers here in the stalls. There's Matthew Bell in the 95 machine leading us off at the 78 to the outside of him. That's Michael Muhammad, excuse me. And then Shane Abbey there in the 84 Bud Light machine gridding on up. We got Chad Stearns in the 411 machine. He's going to make his way on into the show. So it looks like we're going to have 15 drivers for this here tonight. As we get ready to rip, rock, and roll off of pit road, the pace car, excuse me, starting to head around as Michael Muhammad and Matthew Bell going to take to the front stretch. Double file action here, ladies and gentlemen. 2 laps under pace as we get ready to rip, rock, roll. Matthew Bell, Michael Muhammad looking to warm up them tires as they get ready to head 100 laps. Here is the distance at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight. The Front Row Xfinity Series ready to kick off the show. That pace car looks pretty serious, isn't it? It is looking pretty ready to go too. Floyd, the pace car driver tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So Floyd heads down pit road, ladies and gentlemen, as we head to the line. The green flag comes flying out here. Michael Muhammad and Matthew Bell going to take to turn 1. Here comes that number 7 with Jared Matthew. To the inside of the 84 of Shane Adams. There, double file, even triple file. Almost 3 wide back there coming out of 1 and 2 down the backstretch. Lots of laps here, ladies and gentlemen. These guys are going to have to stop off for tires, fuel, hopefully. If we can keep it clean and green and no yellows, we got hard racing so far as they still are side by side. As lap number 1 is down in the books. Nicholas Lamb all over the 38 machine here. Tyler Clemens. Ronnie Morrison 69. We got cars up to the outside, hitting that outside wall, coming down. The number 7 being involved. Yellow flag's gonna strike the speedway. That happening there. We got the blue car off the wall too, but the number 7 looks like he was involved as well. Just a little bit loose off of the first 1 and 2 there, and 41 all over the tail side. Not having anywhere to go. The 7 machine getting a little loose, coming into that outside wall, and it's gonna just cause a pile up there. Yellow flag strikes here. Lap number 3. Michael Mohammed back here in the second spot. He's got Matthew Bell in the 95. Going to take that inside. We're going to go double file once we go green one more time around. The lights are still on that pace car. As Floyd is signaling next time around, he will be shutting them off and getting ready to head down pit road. You see here a bunch of cars coming off of pit road. Fabricio LaManna gonna be the one to lead that train off as Nicholas Lamb, that 37 machine. Or excuse me, $97 John machine to come to the second spot. Spencer Hinton gonna be the third one off of pit row after that one. So yellow flag strikes, cars getting tires, fueling back up. Getting ready to hit the track one more time here, Charlotte Motor Speedway. We got 95 laps left. Lights are off the pace car here as they head into 1 and 2. Bell to the inside of Mohammed as Mohammed takes that outside with that 78 machine. The 95 going to stay down low. The 84 going to be in the inside there. The inside of the 47 of Alex Weaver. As they come down the backstretch, Floyd signifies he's heading down pit road. Lights are off. The 31. Getting them tires warmed up as we get ready to rip, rock, and roll. This Xfinity series, these drivers have a handful, let me tell you, because I just cannot drive these things either. Nonetheless, these guys are awesome at doing so here with the Front Row Esports Xfinity series. Matthew Bell, Michael Mohammed waiting patiently for that pace car driver to pull off. Lloyd heads down pit road. As they say, nose to tail, bumper to bumper. Then front 2 rows. Green flag here is out. The 95 able to get the jump. Double file battle off of 1 and 2. Battle for second spot. Here's Shane Abbey wants to make his way around Michael Muhammad. that 78 machine. That 47 back there, Alex Weaver watching it all unfold as he is back there patiently waiting for a mistake to happen so he can capitalize. He shoots to the inside into 1 and 2 off the front stretch to gain a position on Michael Muhammad in that 78 machine. They battle out of 1 and 2. The 78 hangs on to that 3rd position back behind the 84. Muhammad side by side there with Abby. Now Weaver going to the outside here. That 47 back behind these guys. We got Spencer Hinton in that 54 looking to capitalize. We got contact with the 78. The 47 is to the outside wall. Weaver going to fall back towards the backside of the pack. We got contact again. Kyler Clemens going to be involved in this one. Is now the rest of the pack able to make their way around and down the back stretch. These guys are battling, and it's lap 8 already here of 100 tonight. We got 92 laps left remaining here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Big old bunched up group here, ladies and gentlemen. The 31 in the middle behind Khalil Holmes in the 41 machine. The 96 of JR Schoenberg. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. And 96 leading off the 41, trying to get to the inside there. It looks like he's got Time Warner cable on the hood of that thing. The 31, no. Romano trying to hang out of that outside. We got Matthew trying to make his way around the inside. The 7's going to stick to the inside and hang on to it. There's Ronnie Morrison in the 69. Trying to make some moves. As Nicholas Lamb's also right there. Into that bunch. We got a nose-tail battle because these guys aren't too far off of each other's times here in a couple seconds, as you see up top of the screen here. The 96 looking like he's getting a little loose there. And it looks like he gets a little loose again. Schoenberg being the victim here of the tires. Getting rid of it, looked like, as he slipped off there in 1 and 2. Down into 3 and 4. We're going to try to catch the 411 of Chad Stearns. Back up towards the front of the pack, we got Mohammed on the tail side with that 78 machine of the 54. Spencer Hilton moves on up into that 3rd position right behind Shane. Nose to tail battle everywhere as they are bunched up here and there. The 54 has the 78 still all over the tail side, down around 3 and 4's inside line. Off of 4, they go down to the inside, down the front stretch. The 84 leading them off. The 54 going to hold on to that 3rd position. You see that 78 trying to stick his nose to the inside here. The 54, Spencer Hinton, still trying to hold him off, though. Michael Muhammad dipping down low here into 1 and 2. Trying to get to that inside of Spencer, but Spencer holds him off. Khalil Holmes back there watching it all unfold, waiting to gain some momentum here in that 41 machine. Just holding on to the backside of the 78's air as they are hanging on in that 78 Dr. Pepper machine. Sitting in the 4th spot, Khalil Holmes in the 5th position, rounding out the top 5. Back here with Jared in the 7. He's got Nicholas Lamb in the 97 back there, Dollar General machine. A-Shock trying to hold on to outside the top 5 here in the 6th spot. Looking to gain some momentum out of the backside here of Michael Muhammad, as it looks like he might be gaining just a little bit, right on the nose here. Just a little bit. It looks like he may be gaining a little bit of momentum as he hit down around 3 and 4. Now he's hitting the front stretch to the flag stand. 16 laps down. Matthew Bell in the 95 machine still holding on to a pretty strong lead in the second spot. The 84, Shane Abbey. And Khalil Holmes in the 41, able to capitalize on the 54 and the 78, putting them back into the top 5 and 6th position. Moving on up into the 4th spot. Or 3rd spot, excuse me, the 41 here, Khalil Holmes. Oh, almost some contact with the 84 and the 41, but they keep it clean as there may have been a little bit. Nothing intentional, hard racing up here towards the front as they battle for that second spot. Khalil Holmes going to make some moves now as he's come up 3 spots, starting 5th up to 2nd so far here on the night. We got lots of laps left remaining here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. These guys are nose to tail and got action going on everywhere. We got a couple guys that have gone down pit road so far too. We got a double side battle here with the 69 and Ronnie Morrison to the outside of the 411. And I want to say that is Chad Stearns in front of him. Next time by the flag stand, Matthew Bell looking to make it 80 laps left remaining. Off the back stretch down into 3 and 4, the 54 machine all over the tail side here. Shane Abbey in the 3rd spot. Spencer Hinton holding on for dear life for that 4th position here. 21 laps down. We got 79 laps left remaining. Michael Mohammed just sitting in the top 5. Gonna patiently ride out them tires before he has to head on down pit road and get a new set. It looks like he's got some company all over the tail side there. The 7 machine, Jared, going to check up Nicholas Lamb, the 97, with that Dollar General machine. Lamb on the tail side, the 78 and 7 go double file there, almost making contact. Jared and Michael Mohammed side by side battling for that top 5 position. Mohammed trying to hang on to that top 5. Nicholas Lamb going to go to the outside here of Jared Matthew. He's looking for that middle line. He's all over the tail side of that 78. Michael Mohammed going to slide on up in front of him, but Nicholas Lamb going to try to pitch to the inside here. The 97 going to pitch it down low. In the 3 and 4 here, a little tap to the 78. The 78 has to push up Michael Mohammed as Jared now go to the inside, and that number 7 in the 411 looking to capitalize. Chad Stearns back there. Nicholas making moves, looking to make some pit strategy as the laps are winding out. 24 laps down. We've had 1 caution, and the guys that went down pit road 1 time so far. So cars are going to look for tires and fuel here real shortly at Charlotte Motor Speedway, as these guys are just going to crank the laps out. The 411 still back behind the number 7 with the 78 still trying to hold on to that middle to low line right there. Trying to hold off Chad Stearns and Jared Matthew. We're back up front to Matthew Bell's the 95 machine. Coming out of 3 and 4. Down the front stretch as he looks to make it lap 26 down in the books. We're a quarter of the way through this race here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We see lap cars coming out onto the track. The 926 machine of Garrett Wiles going to make his way out from pit road as he's went down pit road, got some tires. Wiles hanging on, Lamb trying to make some laps down as he's got some freshies. He's got the 84. Shane Abbey right in front of him in that third spot. Khalil Holmes in the second spot with the 41 right in front of him, but the 926 on some fresher tires. We'll see what happens here as he gets the run heading into 1 and 2. Down for the slider, sticking to that inside line, the 926. Like I said, on that fresher tires, able to get around him. Still the 41 going to hold on to that outside line, letting the 926 by. But he's got the 84 approaching the backside here. Shane Abbey going to contest Khalil Holmes for that second spot as they go double file for the second position here. That 41 machine doing an awesome job hanging on to the second spot, trying to keep Shane Abbey in the rear view mirror. We're going to go back towards the back side of the pack. With the 78, he's got Jared still on the tail side. We'll go even further back. We got the 69 with the 31 right in front of him. Fabrico, Lamanna, and Ronnie Morris are going to battle nose to tail as they hit the backstretch off of 1 and 2. Battling for the top 10, 9th and 10th position. Back behind them, we got J.R. Schoenberg and the 96 machine, who's just outside the top 10, wanting a piece of that in 69's rear. Tyler Clemens and Alex Weaver back here, the 38 machine. There's Clemens, Alex Weaver, the 47 machine. Trying to hold off from Nicholas Lamb as he's trying not to go a lap down. Nicholas Lamb in the 411 machine. Chad Stearns all over the tail side here. The 47 going to try to hold him off for just a few more laps. 31 laps down. We got 69 laps left to go. Stearns and Lamb nose to tail as they head into 1 and 2. Off of the front stretch and off of 2 down the back stretch. The 411 trying to go to the inside here. The 97 in the Dollar General to the outside as they go double file down into 3 and 4. They got some battling back here for top 5. Nicholas Lamb looking to hold them off. Gonna go back up towards the front side of the pack here with a 54 machine. We're gonna ride right on board. Off the front stretch into 1 and 2, Spencer Hinton in that 54 looking to gain some time on Khalil Holmes, but they go double file there, the 38, or excuse me, the 84. Able to get around the 41 here. Khalil Holmes falls back in that third spot as Shane Abbey able to move out up to that second position. Matthew Bell in the 95, not sweating it at all, just lapping, or putting the laps down, excuse me, as he's just going to crank them out 34 laps in. As he's led every single one of these guys so far. The battle nose to tail for the second, third spot here. We're going to come back to the 97 as Chad Stearns able to get around Nicholas Lamb there for the top 5, put Nicholas Lamb into the 6th spot. 411 still hold him off. Jared Matthew in the 7 machine trying to hold off Michael Mohammed as he was able to get around the 78 machine. It looks like Leader's going to head down pit road. Matthew Bell taking some tires there. I'm not sure if he's taking 2, 4. What's happening? Spencer Hinton going to hit pit road. Ronnie Morrison coming down pit road to his stall right now. J.R. Schoenberg right behind him. Tyler Clemens also into the mix. Matthew Bell, though, able to get on out there as he hits the track coming out. Chad Stearns and Nicholas Lamb going to lead this one off, though, as the 411 and 97. They're going to look to pit here real sometime soon. Real soon sometime. Abby and Holmes make their way out onto the track too. Weaver is out here now as well in that 47. So these guys got some fresh tires as they're ready to crank out some more laps. Green stops here. We had an early caution early on here, lap number 3, and we haven't looked back since. We've been clean and green thus far. 38 laps down of 100 tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 2 more laps around. We got 60 laps left to go. Matthew Bell leading almost every single lap on the night here thus far, has led 34 of them as he is looking to make his way back up, already shooting up into the top 5, back behind Alex Weaver. Weaver in at 47. Here comes the 95, going to dip down low there, down on the front stretch. He's going to take him over for that 4th position. Chad Stearns in the 411 machine going to hit pit road. Jared Mathis moves on up into the 2nd spot. Nicholas Lamb still out front here with a 97. Matthew Bell moving on up into the 4th spot, but looking to take over 3rd here as they make their way down the front stretch, off the back stretch, and into 3 and 4. Down the front stretch now, he passes Chad Stearns. Sitting within the top 5 back here, back behind Matthew Bell, we got Alex Weaver in a 47 leading the train off as the 84. Shane Abbey going to dip to the inside and take over that 4th spot. Spencer Hinton going to follow in suit here as they're nose to tail. 84-54. Moving on up into the top 5. Alex Weaver going to hang on to that top 5 though as he just moved back to the 5th position. Khalil Holmes though, not far off, looking to make some moves, as he's going to try to gain some momentum and time and try to grab somebody's air if he's going to be able to. Nicholas Lamb, Chad Stearns. Nicholas Lamb looking to come off pit road right now as he was able to dip down pit road real quick. 42 laps are down. And this one is going quick. Hinton able to get around Abby. Abby still all over the tail side in that 84 machine. Back up front to Alex Weaver, though, hanging on to the 4th spot. Shane Abbey in the 3rd position as the 47 looks to lead off Khalil Holmes in the 41, who's slowly starting to catch on up. Spencer Hinton going to hang on to the 2nd spot here with the 84, still all over the tail side. Matthew Bell back out front in that number 95 machine. 5 more laps, ladies and gentlemen. 5 more laps. And we are halfway home here. 50 laps, 45. We got 5 more laps left till we hit the 50 mark. They're double file still, but they single file out off of 3 and 4 there. The 7 machine trying to hold off Matthew Bell for putting him another lap down, or putting him a lap down. Jared Matthew trying to hang on to the 11th position from going a lap down. Tyler Clemens looking to be next. Also, J.R. Schoenberg as the 95 looks to approach the tail side. 2 more laps and we're halfway home. That's 7 trying to go to the outside of the 926 there. Not able to do so. Here comes the 95 like a rocket ship around the outside line, but he has to focus on the tail side of the 7 machine as they don't clip or touch heading into 3 or 4. Up front to Shane Abbey and Spencer Hinton as the 84 and 54 still not far off of each other. The 84, Shane Abbey, excuse me. Heading into 1 and 2 here. We got Khalil Holmes in the 41 falling off at the tail side of the 54 a little bit. The 411 of Chad Stearns in the top 5, gaining 11 positions on the night, being hard charger thus far, starting in 16th. Coming up from the tail side, actually 15th. So it would be 10 spots on the night, excuse me, just 15 cars gridded up tonight. Just a little over halfway as we approach into 3 and 4 off the backstretch, down into front. The 95 machine on the backstretch, looking to head down into 3 and 4. Try to gain some more momentum and time on these guys. Got the 69 machine of Ronnie Morrison trying to hold off J.R. Schoenberg back behind him in the 96. Teammates, I believe. I could be wrong. Forgive me if I am. Michael Mohammed, though, in the 78 machine. Just outside the top 5 behind Nicholas Lamb in the 6th spot as well. Just outside the top 5. Chad Stearns, though, in the 411, trying to hold on to the top 5 as Nicholas Lamb seems to be approaching him slowly but surely. At 97, Machine trying to hold on to the deals with Dollar General. There must be 97 cents off or something, ladies and gentlemen, as he is hanging on to the 6th spot. Just outside of top 5, coming up 6 spots on the night, starting 12th. Nicholas Lamb hanging on to the 6th position. Khalil Holmes in the 4th position, just inside of top 5 there as he's trying to hold off Chad Stearns slowly but surely. That's just some time to the backside. 56 laps down, ladies and gentlemen. We got 44 laps left remaining. Now's a good time, I'm going to say. Let's crank it up and turn up the tunes as these guys hammer it out and race it out. 57 laps down, ladies and gentlemen. We got 43 laps left to go. Matthew Bell leading this one off.
Living to your doubt, what we so proudly hail. Once you provoke her, rattling of a tail. Never begins it, never once engaged, never surrenders, showing the fame of rage. Seductress, so be it. Friend no more, to secure pieces, to prepare for war. So be it, settle the score. Touch me again for the fortitude you will evermore. Love it or leave it. She with the deadly bite, quick as the blue tongue, forked as a lightning strike, shining with brightness.
We got a pass there from the 54 to the 38. And Spencer Hinton puts down Tyler Clemens a lap down here. Able to hold on to that 3rd spot. Coming up 7 spots on the night, starting 10th. All the way up to 3rd spot. Here's Spencer Hinton trying to hold on to the tail side of Shane Adams. That 54 Machine out there looking sweet here as he hangs on to that 3rd spot there. Back behind him, Clemens trying to keep on to that front or that main lap. But we are still clean and green. 61 laps down here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. These guys with the front row Esports Xfinity series are killing it as they hit the 1.5 mile pavement oval of Charlotte Motor Speedway. Matthew Bell still leading this one off here in the 95 Machine. As we switch back to the 411, Chad Stearns trying to hold out the 926 of Garrett Wiles there. Stearns going to hold on to that low line. Wiles trying to hold on to that mid to high line. In front of them, we got Khalil Holmes in the 41 holding on to the just inside the top 5 here in 4th. Nose to tail battle. The 41 trying to get around the 31 here. Khalil Holmes trying to get around Fabrico Lamana. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I'm sorry if I'm not. Able to get around him. The 926 now trying to get around him. Garrett Wiles. On the inside of the 41 trying to take him over for that spot. As Holmes slips back a little bit further, he gives back the spot here to the 926 of Garrett Wiles. So we got Michael Mohammed in the 78 machine. He's got the 7 of Jared Matthew back there behind him. Mohammed dipping to the inside line, almost coming out like a diamond effect off of 1 and 2 down to the back stretch. The 7 looking to follow with suit there back behind him in that 7, Jared Matthew. I hope I'm saying that correctly. J.R. Schomer in the 96, that's the 84 of Shane Abbey in front of him. He's going to try to hold on from going a lap down or try to catch a lap back. Ronnie Morrison in the 69 back behind him, also being a lap down as well. I'm such a fibber. Back up to the front of the pack, though, we got the 84 trying to chase down that 95 machine. Matthew Bell been dominant all night thus far. Shane Abbey in second, Spencer Hinton in the third spot. Abbey in the 84 doing all he can with that inside line. He's trying to hold on for dear life. Spencer Hinton back there in the third spot with the 54 machine coming off of 1 and 2 down the back stretches. They almost have a whole front or whole straightaway in front of Spencer Hinton here. These guys look to try to pull away as they are nose to tail. The 95 looking to just try to run. 69 laps down here of 100. Next time around, we got 30 laps left remaining. Awesome battle up front as it has been changing positions from second to third, from first, all night here, ladies and gentlemen. The Front Row Esports Xfinity Series. Awesome battling. Now is a good time to be able to thank Front Row Esports sponsors here: Blaze Pizza, Marriott Hotels, Masterpiece Hair Studios, Tubby Energy Drinks, Moses Sim Racing Equipment, and Butt Kicker. Big old shout out to the Front Row Esports sponsors of the night, or of their season, excuse me. Also the admins of Front Row: Tom Frias, Cal Butler, Steve Johnson, Michael Wood, Garrett Wiles, all them guys there with the Front Row Esports. Without all of them, we wouldn't be able to have this show, to be able to do this show for y'all, ladies and gentlemen. So, these guys ripping down the house still, ladies and gentlemen. We got 27 laps left remaining. here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Matthew Bell still out front of Shane Abbey. Spencer Hinton in the third spot here. We got nose to tail battle of the 95, trying to hold off the 84 as we get ready to hit the front stretch off of 3 and 4. Side by side battle. The 84 going to go to the inside of the 95, down into 1 and 2. Clouds are rolling in, ladies and gentlemen, and the racing is just picking up. These drivers trying to do all they can. The 95 trying to hold off the 84. Matthew Bell, Shane Abbey, Spencer Hinton, Chad Stearns in the 411 machine. Also Khalil Holmes. Spencer Hinton going to head down pit road with the 54 machine. It looks like Shane Abbey and the 95 and Matthew Bell hitting the 1 and 2. Pit strategy coming out of the 54. We will see if it pays off as Chad Stearns going to move on up to the third spot. Khalil Holmes into the 4th position and Nicholas Lamb rounding out the top 5. Hope you all have enjoyed the show thus far here tonight with the Underground Racing Network. If you would, hit that like button. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you can be notified anytime we go live. So that way you can keep up with any of the other leagues that may be going on. Maybe try to get your hand in on some of them. Or maybe you're just out there watching, trying to support your favorite driver. Nonetheless, all the viewers out there, we thank each and every one of you. And we appreciate each and every one of you. And we show the utmost of love to each and every one of you. So thank you to all of you. Matthew Bell. Now Nicholas Lamb going to move on up into the 2nd spot. Chad Stearns going to head down pit road. Looks like Shane Abbey went down pit road, and now Jared's going to come off pit road. Shane off pit road. Spencer coming off pit road. And off the back stretch into 3 and 4. Seeing Stearns coming off of pit road there and getting ready to head back out onto the track. The 97 going to go out and around him on the outside of 1 and 2 here. We also got Jared stuck on pit road getting some tires. As Khalil Holmes going to make his way on up into the top 6th position. Matthew Bell and Nicholas Lamb, the only 2 left up on the lead lap. Matthew Bell going to the inside, staying to the inside, gonna head down pit road. Here comes Nicholas Lamb off the backstretch and into 3 and 4. He's got the 411 of Chad Stearns to his tail side, gonna try to take that spot as he's gonna look to make his way around him. Nicholas Lamb gonna try to stay to the outside, stay out for 1 more lap. Staying to that outside groove, Nicholas Lamb going to let Stearns and Khalil Holmes around the inside line. Lamb going to try to stay with their tail side bumpers as they head into 3 and 4. The 97 machine going to stick to the outside line, but he's going to head down pit road. Shane Abbey and the 84 machine off of 1 and 2 going to head down the backstretch. He's got Spencer Hinton trying to close the gap. Abbey and the 84 are going to take over that first spot. Now is Spencer Hinton going to jump into the 2nd spot. Nicholas Lamb going to head down pit road. I believe he's going to only look for them right side tires to head back on out. Matthew Bell moved up into the 3rd spot already as he's going to look to chase down Hinton and Abbey. We're going to jump towards the back side of the pack. JR Schomer in the 96 machine looking to catch the tail side of somebody in front of him. Can't tell who it is. Looks like the 84 of Shane Abbey. And I believe that is Shane Abbey. But JR Schomer doing a good job hanging on to the 7th spot just outside of top 5. He's got Michael Muhammad in front of him in the 6th position. And he's looking to chase him down. Lamb getting the tires and heading back on out. He was the last one to head down pit road for the night. Chad Stearns in the 411 going to hold on to the 4th spot as he's got Matthew Bell in front of him. Looks like they're closing in. They're closing the gap on the backside of Clemens here. Tom Freitas just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing there, Tom. The 411 of Chad Stearns still holding on to 4th there as he's got Khalil Holmes in the 41. And on to top 5. Schoenberg to the tail side and Lamb trying to hold on to that 7th spot, but gives it up to the 97 machine as he's able to get around him. The 96 going to hang on to the outside now as he's got Matthew Bell in the 95 going to go dipping to the inside. The number 7 of Jared Matthew now going to dip to the inside here as well as they go double file off with the 1 and 2 and down the back stretch. Back here in the 69, Ronnie Morrison back behind J.R. Schomer trying to hold on here as he's sitting in the 10th spot. At 69 doing what he can here as Charlotte looks to be one of the tough ones in the book for the 69 here tonight. Sitting in the top 10 though, he's still having a pretty decent night as he's going to try to hang on from Garrett Wiles as Wiles looks to dip to the inside here with that 926. Back up towards the front, we go back to the 78 machine of Michael Mohammed as he's going to try to hold off the 97, of the Dollar General machine, Nicholas Lamb. Back behind him, I'm not sure who that is. Almost looks like Stearns, but it wasn't, I don't think. Could have been Jared. Could have been a lot of people. Nonetheless, nose to tail action, single file, 11 laps left remaining. These guys are trying to run them tires out, run it hard as they look to lead this thing off with the 84 machine. Shane Abbey, the 54s of Spencer hitting and holding on to the 2nd spot, and Matthew Bell working his way back up in the 95. That 95 machine applying the pressure to the 54s. He's going to stick to that inside line. Fresh tires battling it out. Third and second here for the second position. The 95 going to stick to the inside and hang double file as they come off the front stretch and down into 1 and 2. The 95 takes over that second spot away from Spencer Hinton. Lap traffic coming on up. Here's Matthew Bell. It's Spencer Hinton nose to tail after 97 of Nicholas Lamb in front of them. 8 laps left remaining as Shane Abbey takes by the flag stand. The 84 and 78 nose to tail as they head down the backstretch, starting to get double file, but the 84 not having enough momentum as they head into 3 and 4. The 78 almost coming up and tapping the 84. Michael Muhammad going to hang out of that inside line as the 84. Shane Abbey holds on to that outside line. Battles, I believe Michael Muhammad trying not to go a lap down here as they head off the front stretch and into 1 and 2. The 78 having to check ups. They almost come up side by side there. Shane Abbey trying to hold on. The 84 able to take it over, though. They put that 78 machine a lap down. Matthew Bell in the 95 looking to check him down here. 6 laps left remaining for the 95 to catch that 84. Down into 1 and 2, they hit the bottom line. He's got the 54 back behind him with no help there with the draft as they can't get up nose to tail. Shane Abbey hanging on to that front spot though as he's able to hang on in front of the 78 of Michael Muhammad still. Muhammad hanging on to that draft just barely here as we got 5 laps as they cross the flag stand. Down into 1 and 2, the 84 still trying to hold on to that front spot. He's got Matthew Bell trying to close the gap behind him. Shane Abbey looking to do all he can here with that 84 machine. He's got the 78 still there with Muhammad and Nicholas Lamb nose to tail. Matthew Bell nowhere in sight as the mirror in them cars would show him, but he's not worried as he's going to just wind the laps out. 3 laps left remaining off the front stretch into 1 and 2. Off of the back stretch, the 84 machine going to dip to the inside here. Muhammad with Nicholas Lamb trying to get his line to the inside as well. Both of them fellers just outside the top 5. We got Khalil Holmes in the 41 just inside the top 5. Sees 5th position back behind the 411 of Chad Stearns. 2 laps left remaining. Shane Abbey not looking back as the 84 machine praying and hoping that lap traffic is going to be conflict when it comes down to these last 2 laps. Matthew Bell in the 95 looking to make some moves if he could gain some momentum. Had a good run all night, but it come down to strategy to the end as the white flag's out. Matthew Bell in the 95 machine holding off Spencer Hinton. Shane Abbey in the 84 holding off the 95 of Matthew Bell. Bell with the majority of the laps led here tonight. But Shane Abbey right behind him. Second most laps led. Checkered flag coming around 3 and 4 to the front stretch though as he's able to get around Tyler Clemens for that last lap. Awesome racing here with the Front Row Esports Xfinity Series. We got to pull these top 3 drivers up. Hinton, Bell, and Abby for some quick interviews. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a moment. Just waiting on the top 3 here. Wait on Spencer and Matthew Bell, Shane, Abby to hit the Discord so we can pull these guys up for a quick little driver's interview to see how their night was for each one of these drivers here tonight. Shane, Abby, and Matthew Bell having an awesome battle as they had some action going on, ladies and gentlemen. Spencer Hinton just outside the grass there, just able to hold on to that top 3rd spot here for the podium. Tad Stern's going to be the hard charger on the night, coming up 12 spots here to the 4th spot. So, starting in the 16th, coming up to 4th, it's pretty hard chargers for sure here tonight. But, nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we got tonight's winner up in Discord. So, we're going to pull Mr. Shane Abbey, I guess, up first, because I'm not seeing anybody else. We're going to pull him up. Oh, I can't even pull him up. All right, Shane, man, up in the booth. You got me, brother? Hello, hello, Shane up in the booth.
Yes, sir.
Awesome race, man. That 84 machine was a rocket. I'm not usually up here for asphalt, not usually the asphalt kind of guy broadcaster. But nonetheless, man, tonight was an awesome show. You and Matthew Bell had an awesome battle out with that 94 and the 84, or 95 and the 84 machine. Go ahead and give us the rundown what it was like for you as you were able to bring this one on home.
Yeah, the car felt great as it got dark out. Towards the beginning there, I was a little uncomfortable and didn't have much practice, but just as the race went on, I was getting more and more comfortable. The car was feeling good towards the long run, thankfully, and luckily it all came down to pit strategy at the end between me and Matt. It was just who pitted first, and then how long would the others stay out for.
Yeah, that's what we like to see here for sure, man. It come down to the green laps, who was going to get the pits off and who was going to be able to bring the one home. But we were able to bring it on home. That 95 led a good majority of the laps tonight, but that 84, like I said, brought it on home. Is there anybody you would like to thank for being able to help you get on up in the victory lane tonight?
Oh, of course. I want to throw it out to you and Mark for throwing out the people to the race on broadcast in there, and of course to the rest of the IRLC team. who had a good finish today. It was a 1-2-3 for the team. And it's also a great way to start the chase. Hopefully we can go on to Daytona.
Yeah, awesome racing it was, but congratulations, Mr. Abbey, taking home the win here tonight. Thanks, Charlotte. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Matthew Bell up in the booth, man. Bell, you got a copy of me, brother?
Yes, sir.
Man, you had a run there tonight, leading a good majority of almost every single lap here tonight. Go ahead and give us the rundown of what it was like for you in that 95 as you ended up having to take pit strategy as well.
It was really nothing really happened, uneventful for the most part. And then Shane, I think, was a little quicker than me, and then he undercutted me, so I had to stay out a couple laps after because one lap on tires isn't really worth anything. And I just couldn't get back to him. It was tires equaled out there, and I just had to settle for second.
Yeah, and Charlotte, man, can be a demon on them tires for sure. Congratulations, nonetheless. You held on to that second spot. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for being able to pull yourself up onto the podium tonight?
Yeah, all the admins, Tom, Cal, you coming on for the playoffs to broadcast. It's nice to get a broadcast back for our series, and then all our teammates. We did pretty good, other than Alex legged out, but we'll move on to Daytona, see what happens.
Awesome, brother. Congratulations, and hopefully we will see you again in the booth sometime.
Hope so, thank you.
And with that being said, we're going to go to the 54 machine. Spencer Hitting, man, up at the booth. You got a copy, brother.
I got you.
Man, what a run it was. You guys all were nose to tail for a little while there after that first restart, but then you guys kind of singled out and spread out and ended up making your way back up towards each other and finishing 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and give us the rundown of what it was like for you in that 54 machine here tonight.
That was a pretty relaxing race. I got my front end taken off on lap 2, but the picture had a quick repair, so that was kind of nice. After that, it was pretty just easy going. I'm not great at saving tires, so I spent most of the night with the right front screen, but got third in the end, so I'm pretty satisfied with that.
Yeah, congratulations, man. You held on for a tight, nice, strong third place finish. Is there anybody you'd like to be able to thank for being able to put that 54 into the podium here tonight?
I'd say most of the teammates and you guys putting on a good show. Most of the team got pretty good finishes in top 20, so pretty good run overall.
Awesome, brother. Congratulations. Hopefully we talk to you guys again up in the booth here in the near future.
All right, thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude it here on the night here for the Front Row Esports Xfinity Series. I've been your host, Jacob Keith, ripping down the house for these guys here at Front Row coming on board and doing their chase as they head on in for round number 1. Finishing round number 1, excuse me. But nonetheless, don't do anything I would do unless, of course, you name it after me. Woo woo! Much hound love.